Hi there! Did you know that Jira is not one product, but actually 5 products? So anytime you use the word Jira to describe the work that you are doing, you are probably talking about Jira software. But what about the others? What are they and what do they look like and what do we use them for? Well, in this video I'm going to go through all 5 of them and show you what they look like, what their uses, what they should be used for, or what I think they should be used for, and also give you a glimpse on what they look like. So let's jump right into Jira, and when I say Jira, I mean Jira software. So here we are now in the default Jira software view. So the most commonly used tool or the most commonly used product named Jira is Jira Software. That's the first product that Atlassian created, and it is designed to be a task management system with workflows specifically designed for agile development. So the first thing that you should know about Jira software is that it comes in 2 different flavors. So 2 types of projects that you can create basically in Jira. So the first one is company managed, that we have one for here, and you probably recognize this one. And so you have, in this case, we have a Scrum board for it. So you have a backlog, you have an active sprint, and all the other things that you probably have used before. And the second one is called team-based projects, and they look pretty much the same. Let's see if I have one created. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. There we go. So as you can see, it looks similar, but still different. And the reason they are a little bit different is that the company-managed Jira projects that you have, it's configured by the administrations. Or the administrators, and the purpose of having the company managed is that you want to have a structure. So you have one configuration that it can be reused across multiple teams, and this is a good thing because then you can work across different Jira projects, and you can configure it so it has similar or perhaps even the same workflows, the same issue types, and so on. While team managed, they exist as in their own little bubble. They have really no connection to anything else, and they have placed the configuration capabilities to the teams. So from a team perspective, this is really good because you can build pretty much any monster that you want, but from a global perspective within the organization, it's usually not very good because it's impossible to work in multiple teams, across multiple teams. So it's a real pain. Fortunately now, recently, they have started to allow team-managed projects to also use the global custom fields. So before they had their own custom fields, which was a complete disaster. So you have 2 different flavors for Jira software. You have the team managed and you have the company managed. And you also have different types of boards that you can connect. So you have the Kanban board where you have more continuous delivery, and you have the Scrum board which is more time-boxed. So this is what Jira software looks like, and you have probably seen it, and this is what most people that have worked with Jira refers to as their tool that they named Jira. So if we move on from there, we have the second one is called Jira Work Management. And Jira Work Management is, and you can see it looks a lot different. So Jira Work Management is sort of a mix of the team-based projects, and it's more designed towards managers in general. So you will have a little summary for it that will show you some data. This is more or less the widgets that you have in Jira software. You have your board for quickly create tasks. You have a list where you can actually create the different columns, like a mini Excel if you want. You have calendars, so you can plan your activities based on calendars. You have a timeline. So you can see your Gantt. You have different forms that you can use to collect different things, and now we can also connect it to Confluence Spaces and so on. So this one is a little bit lighter, or a lot lighter than Jira Software, and it's more focused then on management basically. And you can also, right now you don't have to be scared that it's completely blue. You can change the color to whatever you like in these ones, which is a good thing, so you can separate them a little bit. So Jira Work Management is still a little bit work in progress. They are exploring different ways that you can use it. And just recently they removed this section here, used to be over here. And now they have moved it around, and they are trying to see if this one looks okay or not. And the benefit of that is that you then can jump very quickly between different management projects or different work management projects. So I'm using it for more project-based tasks, and so it's very easy to jump between them. So this is a different way of working with things. So that is two then items that we have. The third one is the one that we call, let's see if I have one. I can quickly create one, because we didn't have one created. We can do it for so Jira Service Management is it's the ITSM tool, and if you don't know what ITSM is, I'm not going to dive into that one, but it used to be a support desk, and now they have beefed it up quite a bit. So you will have different type of how should we put it? You have a front end that people can actually submit tickets to, and they can be different types. So in this case we have selected the ITSM standard template, and that one comes with the 4 ITSM issue types. So you have service requests that you use then for people to order things like computers, or they want to have something installed or set up and so on. And you have incidents, which are of course then production errors that happens, so people can report mistakes there. You have problems, which are recurring incidents that maybe are of low importance, but they accumulate over time and they become problems, so you can work with those. And changes, those are the tricky ones, because they refer both to operational changes, meaning that you want to do releases, and they are also used for change requests, basically new features, when you have a certain type of project or a specific type of organization. And this one also comes with the front end, like I said, so you have different channels here. So you have an email, so everything that goes to this email will then be piped into as an open ticket. Maybe we can check to see what the tickets look like. Let's see if we had one. No, nothing has been created yet. We can create one from the front end. So the other one is that you have a help center. So if I open this one, you will actually have your own help center. It will be created by default for you, and you can configure this the way that you want. So, and you can also select the different entrances and what fields you will have for all of this. So all of this you can configure, and you can also customize it, as you can see here. So you can have the look and feel. So you can change the logos and the colors and so on. And everyone that comes here and submits something will have their requests. So they will have a list then. So you will have a ticket system basically. And you can see your entire conversation here. So let me just jump back into Jira, and this is what it looks like in Jira. So you will have, we get all the help here because I just installed it. So here you would have things like you can set up things like SLAs. You can have different types of workflows depending on what kind of activities it is. And we're gonna have several videos, or I'm gonna make several videos on Jira Service Management later on, so you can actually see. Here we have all the requests, and so you can actually see how we work with this properly. So that's the third version that we have. The fourth version is still in beta, and that is the Jira product that I'm most excited about actually, and that is the Jira Product Discovery. So I'm just going to go to see if I can find it. There we go. So what this is basically the idea box. Everything that you want to explore, every good idea, every bad idea, everything that you want to basically work on a little bit and figure out where and when you want to build it. So instead of you, like most people have today in your product backlog, you have a ton of things that it's never gonna be built. It's just there for basically someone came up with a good idea, it wasn't prioritized, and then just stay there and died. So what your product discovery will do is it will now act as the repository for all those good ideas. So if you're a product manager or product owner or whatever role you have where you constantly need to reiterate and you need to explore different thoughts and ideas, but you don't want the teams to actually build it yet. This is your playground. This is where you can have all of that. And you can build this one very, like you can see here, we have different views here. This is a summary of all ideas. You have impact assessments. You can have your standard 4 fields here where you can have how important is it, impact versus effort. You can create your roadmaps, now, next, and someday. You can do plans. You get the idea. You can have all kinds of views here, and they're very powerful actually. So you can configure this quite a lot. And the way it works is when you have an idea and you have different areas for it. So you have an overview for it, and you can have different fields, and you can comment on it. And then you can also create insights. And insights are basically different, different kind of data that you are accumulating over time. It could be that you have user research for it, or you can have an article, or whatever it is. And you can connect them to this idea. And then when you feel that you are ready, when you feel that this is something I want to spend time on, then you can actually push this to create a feature for it in one team. So you can push it then by creating a delivery ticket, and then you can then select what company or what project do you want to put it in, and you can select what kind of level it is, usually an epic or a feature that we'll be using later on. And then you will connect this. So you will have all the background on why did we actually want to build this here in Jira Product Discovery. And you can also see what the delivery will be on the other side. So if I create one here, now I can also see my progress here, and I can see the connectivity, and I can also go to it directly here. And I can see where did it come from. It implements this idea. So Jira Product Discovery is an amazing product, and it has a ton of configuration. It can be used in many, many, many ways. And I think this will be a product that you should have on your radar if you are struggling a little bit right now with backlogs that becomes huge, and it's usually a ton of crap that just sits there. So here you can work with them in a completely different way. And here you can also filter on different things much differently than you can in Jira software. So here you can actually allow it to stay for quite a while and reiterate the ideas you need them. Without them, actually, that was my cat. So Jira Product Discovery is something that you should really look at more closely if you are struggling a little bit with having a large number of items in your backlog, especially if you have things that have been stale for quite a while. You should move all of them now out to your product discovery, and that way you can ensure that the only thing that is in your software in the product backlog for the teams are things that they should build. So then you don't need to have this extensive list of hundreds and hundreds of items that may or may not ever be realized. So that is the fourth one. We have one more. Unfortunately, that one is very difficult to actually get your hands on. It requires you to have probably around at least 500 users for it to be worth your while. And you can't download it like we have here in a demo version. So the only option you have is to ask for a demo by Atlassian. And there are also a lot of video on this product. So I'm going to show you what videos we have on Atlastic for this one. So this product is called Jira Align, and it's a strategic tool. So it's used, right now it's become more of a tool that you use if you have implemented SAFe in your organization. So it's up on a almost strategic level. It's not really all the way up yet. But let me show you what it looks like and perhaps give you a glimpse of a video or two. So let's jump over to Atlastic so I can show you. So here we are now on Atlastic on the video section, and I have a specific category for it called, let's see if we can find it, over here, Jira Align. And if you go there, you will see that we have 14 videos here. So you can scroll through which one you want. And I don't know if we should show one. Maybe we can just pick this one, perhaps. Here we have one Jira Align overview. So
hello everyone, and sure.
Let's see if we can show something.
Like directly in Jira Align. Next, the development and refinement of the backlog automatically generates a roadmap, which can be modified to meet current or future requirements. The dependency maps highlight, summarize.
Yeah, you get the general idea. It's a big tool, and if you want to know more about it, there are 14 videos here that you can look through. And if you are interested in actually seeing what it does, then I suggest you contact either an Atlassian partner that is near you, so you can go and have a meeting with them, or you contact Atlassian for it to get a demo for it. So those are the 5 Jira products that exist. So you have your Jira software, you have your Jira service management, you have your Jira work management, you have your Jira product discovery, and you have Jira Align. So that was it for this video. In case you found it useful, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. So that's it for this video. So until next time, just have a good day.